This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love. Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, Your Worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder!
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Dad, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity? My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go.
You ever feel like you keep revisiting the same shit over and over again? Like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day? Well, yeah, I do. I know Cameron does. I know quite a few people do. So, I want to talk about the Rey movie and the fact that Star Wars Holocron, one of the biggest Disney Star Wars shows on X, basically said, well, they're not going to start filming it until late 2025 or something like that. What this means is there is no Rey movie, and there never will be. The reason for the delay, again, is the script. But when you look at what the author, the so-called author, has got on his plate, and Daisy Ridley's got things she's doing, this thing will never happen. It is now on hold. They say they're gonna start filming in 2025. You will never see this thing hit the screen. Stephen Knight is doing the Peaky Blinders movie, and there's a couple other projects that he's heavily involved in. And of course, Daisy Ridley's got things she's doing. And basically, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy has not said a word about it for a long time. And now the bros around the YouTube Black Pill sphere have been saying it's probably fake. But now we've got the actual Disney shills saying they're they've got it on hold. This movie was never going to happen. Again, we all know what happened. We all know what the reason, what was going on at Star Wars Celebration last year when it turned out Cameron was right, and basically Kennedy ambushed Daisy with this idea of a movie that she didn't pitch probably to Bob Iger at all. She just did it because, look, we're dealing with people who have no idea how it works, and they have a hard time when somebody says no to them. And she basically decided, I am going to upstage Jen and Dave and Ahsoka and everything they're doing with my Rey movie and the Trashlight. And what it did, not necessarily upstaging Jon and Dave, as it did intentionally, I think, drive fans away from the franchise. Daniel Rickman, he has a Patreon that you have to pay like $10 for, and I don't want to have any more subscriptions. But he was the one that basically said that they don't have a script and it's on hold. Again, that means it's not filming. Now, even Jason Ward admitted that it was probably never going to happen. And now we've got this other guy, I don't know much about him, basically saying that there wasn't a script. And we've known that. Every time Knight would even attempt to send a script to Lucasfilm, they would just send it back and say do over, because it was trash. Guy doesn't know anything about Star Wars. Okay, he's a good writer for British-centric things like Peaky Blinders, etc., but he is not a Star Wars writer. So this is just another case of misinformation, Kennedy trying to use forgiveness rather than permission, and not getting her way this time. Okay. You know, I when the story comes out about the Acolyte, it's going to be very interesting. Fact that Disney's been slow rolling and shining Karen McCarthy's lawyers on has also been interesting. Okay. It's all Kennedy's wind and smoke bullshit, gaslighting people. And, you know, well, how's this going to affect the people that actually like this garbage? Let's talk more.
How embarrassing for you. I left you a message not to come. I'm passing on the god.
In keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever.
Excuse me, Niles, but I've got news for you. Copernicus called, and you are not the center of the universe.
Well, considering the freakout going on about the Acolyte and the fact that Disney hasn't made any real announcements officially about the Rey movie, you can bet your sweet Bippy that the freakout would be astronomical. After all, Molly Damon did do a fan panel at Star Wars Celebration a few years back about how Rey changed everything for women or some bullshit narrative she wants to put out there. The people that were really connected, I mean, getting feted from one end of Lucasfilm to the other, going to Acolyte premiere and everything and hanging out with the idiot cast, they're the ones that are going to be mad, okay, because they miss out. They did not do their job, which was to chase the OG Star Wars fans out, all right? But it's more than that. And I'm going to hook you guys up with a video by another YouTuber that kind of explains the Star Wars shills, especially Star Wars Explained. Kathleen Kennedy, what does it say about her? That there is no Rey movie. You know, my thing is, you know, she pulled Obai Chinoy and Stephen Knight out of her ass. That was a last minute, I'm going to fuck with Jon and Dave announcement. And she did. Because look, if you see the video of her walking out on stage, I put a cricket soundtrack to it. But if you hear the actual sound from that moment, nobody was really cheering. Okay, people wanted to hear about Ahsoka. We wanted to hear about Ahsoka. We wanted to hear about, maybe they would have announced Mando and Grogu then. But the fact of the matter is, the Rey movie and all the hype about it was Kathleen Kennedy's doing. She did not get the okay. And The Acolyte's different than a Rey movie. A Rey movie really would destroy Star Wars. The Acolyte is, you know, once it's forgotten, it's forgotten. Okay? And the Molly Damons of the world will move on to hating something else or liking something else. But I wanted you guys to be aware that even now the shells like Star Wars Holocron are now saying that there is no Rey movie. Being put on hold till 2025 is basically they're not making it. And they're going to keep kicking the date down the road until it just disappears. So wanted you guys to hear this from me. And I am, looking forward to finding out what is really going on with this Star Wars theory bullshit concerning Molly Damon and Alex, and trying to get to the point where there can be a resolution to it, and those two back the hell off. And we finally moved past the Kennedy era. It wants to die. Let it go. This is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy.